Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Karli Barnett. I'm here at the First Alert Desk. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday. We want to get the weekend started for you. We have a rundown of some of the top stories that we are working on to help you know what all we are covering today. So we've just had our afternoon meeting. This is where our reporters and our videographers decide what stories they're going to be pursuing today. And we have a little look at some of those, as well as some updates to the ones that we've covered either previously this week or earlier this morning. Now, I know we're a little late getting up and running. I apologize about that. We just wanted to make sure that we had all the video elements in to help you guys have a better understanding of the news stories that we are covering. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. We do have an important update here, and to tell you more about it, I'm going to pull up actually our Atlanta News First website. 3 children that were considered missing as of last night have been found today, so some very good news there. I'm scrolling down on the page. We have more information on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, but we did report this morning that 3 children were missing in DeKalb County. Police tell us that it was a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old that they left home without permission around 9 o'clock last night. They were last seen in the 1500 block of Field Green Overlook. But the good news is today, according to the DeKalb County Police Department, as you see here, they have all 3 been located and are okay. So a very important update to share there. Glad we could share some good news about these 3 children. Now, that does bring us to another story that we have been covering. You will remember when I was here at the First Alert Desk last week, I told you about 2 Gwinnett County teenagers that had gone missing. Police say those cases did not appear to be connected in any way, but still very newsworthy as both of those young girls attended the same school. As of this week, one of those girls, the 14-year-old, has been located, and a 41-year-old man is now facing charges. Our reporter Adam Murphy covered this story, and I'm going to play that for you now. Well, I apologize there, guys. It doesn't seem that we have the audio for that story, but to give you a little bit of background on that, this 14-year-old who was missing in Gwinnett after about 3 weeks was found at a home in Clayton County. A man named Russell Cheeves was charged with crimes including child molestation. And she had gone missing. We are not saying her name right now just because she is the victim allegedly of a crime. But this 14-year-old had gone missing from Parkview High School. This was about 3 weeks ago now in Gwinnett County. The school's located in Lilburn. Surveillance video showed her leaving the school, but it was unclear where she went after that. Police updating us now that they have arrested 41-year-old Russell Cheeves. They have charged him with child molestation, among other charges, and we have that full story for you on atlantanewsfirst.com. But the good news is that the teenager was found. Now, we do want to point out, and I will go ahead and take you here. Again, to our website, we have a lot more information on this, but 15-year-old Layla Nolankovich is also considered missing. She was from Gwinnett County as well. Police have not made any updates in that case. I did speak with her father. She mentioned that there is a cash reward in that case. So a bit of a positive update there, and that one of those teenagers, the 14-year-old, has been located, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Gwinnett County Police are still searching for 15-year-old Layla Nolankovich. She went missing back on May 16th, and she also attended Parkview High School. And we had quite a busy day here at Atlanta News First. Maybe you were out there attending the parade and festival for Juneteenth. We've got some video for you now. Look at all those people out there. It was a great day for a parade. I mean, my goodness, we could not have asked for better weather. It was hot out there, but bright and sunny, and our Atlanta News First team was out there as well. The parade is now a wrap, and there was something for everybody at this event. And the good news is if you couldn't make it out today, it's still happening tomorrow as well. So you can make your way to Centennial Olympic Park. The festival is still taking place, but the parade that you're seeing now, yes, we had our crew out there having a good time. The parade has wrapped up today. And, I think Zach Summers needs to redeem himself there. Needs a little bit more practice on double dutch, but great time out there, guys. And there were 250 vendors. Again, they'll be out there tomorrow. If you didn't catch the parade, guess what? We have all the highlights for you on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. We have any video that you may have missed, and I will direct you now to our website. Let's go ahead and go back to the homepage. Navigate that for you now so you can see for yourself. All right, so we've got this main story right up here, but if you just scroll down a little bit further, we have all kinds of videos you can see. The marching bands, I'm hovering over it now, and all kinds of preparation and stories. And we also have a little bit more on the history of Juneteenth itself, how the parade and festival started in Atlanta, and let's see if I can get that audio to play. I hope it does. I'm going to try to play it for you now.
Shining the light on Black excellence. For years, the Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival has celebrated unity, equality, and freedom. In 2014, it started as a promise to elders here in the city.
We were canvassing, passing out flyers like we normally do for the event, and we passed by this seniors place and they were like, hey, we gave them flyers, and they were like, well, can y'all come back? Well, we were asking them, could they come to the event? And they were like, well, we probably can't.
So the masterminds behind what was a smaller event at the time decided to bring the parade to the seniors.
It was probably about 20. I think of Shaker Ray's, Masiki Scales came out with his drum and this bike thing that he has that you can bring around, and then we had some children double dutching, and it was just a handful of people just saying, hey, we're gonna take this to the seniors.
And they showed up.
We just had a fantastic time, so that was really the beginning of the Juneteenth Atlanta Parade.
Originally, the idea behind the event was only to spread the word.
So the majority of what we were doing was educating people on what Juneteenth was about.
Because it wasn't until 2021 when Juneteenth was recognized as a federal holiday.
By making Juneteenth a federal holiday, all Americans can feel the power of this day and learn from our history.
Well, that was huge for us because our organization, Juneteenth Atlanta, is a part of the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation, which is really the group that helped push the legislation through.
Building this parade and festival from the ground up, thousands of Atlantans now line the streets of downtown.
To see the parade grow to this space is really phenomenal for us. A handful of people, right, to where we are today, most of it was grassroots.
Major growth that now goes beyond the holiday.
We're in the community every weekend, every month. I can't say every day, but I mean, we're there a lot of times to really facilitate programs, initiatives, all the time. Slavery is not our starting point. You know what I mean? That emancipation is not our starting point. We have tons of history to celebrate for Juneteenth.
All right, taking you back out here live, I wanted to go ahead and bring up our website again because we have a lot of videos, and once I open up the story, I want to give you a better idea of how exactly you can scroll through. Okay, so I'm in the story now, and if you just scroll down, we have photos, we have video clips of really all aspects of the parade. So, hey, if you missed it for any reason, you can catch up on all the highlights, and you'll have the best seat in the house right here. So wanted to point that out. Just a really special event, an annual event now that Atlanta News First gets to be a part of. So it is Father's Day weekend, and maybe dear old dad is putting down the honey-do list, at least for this weekend. Maybe he's not going to be out there mowing, but we do have a really interesting story about some high-tech lawnmowers that are being used in Gwinnett County, and they're pretty neat to look at. It almost looks like a Roomba for your yard, but in all seriousness, they're actually doing this to help offset some staffing shortages that they have on their grounds. And reporter Joshua Skinner, he is pursuing that for us today. So Gwinnett County Groundskeeping, they recently purchased 3 new automatic mowers designed to offset those staffing shortages. Gwinnett County is the first county in the whole Southeast to use these specialized mowers for large-scale use, and they're currently being used at Rabbit Hill Park in Decula. It takes 25 man-hours to mow 10 acres of soccer fields 3 times per week, and those hours now go to one of Gwinnett County's 50 other parks. They have a lot of green space to take care of. So the county says they like what they see so far. They may expand the use, especially when it comes to protecting worker health, things like the fumes, health issues just from sitting on the mower for several hours. Of course, these can also run at night. They can run after it rains, and some of the other times that it might be more difficult for people to get out there. So Joshua Skinner is going to have that for us tonight. He did tell me, he gave me some notes here about his reporting, that this is not replacing any jobs. That was something that he wanted to make sure people knew, that this wasn't as a means to replace any people. It was just a means to help their workforce and help cover all the ground that they need to and keep their soccer fields and parks looking nice and pristine. So I'm just going to give you a quick recap of what all we are looking at today, just a small snippet of it, as well as what we can expect tonight. I did see Sharita was watching on our YouTube channel. I saw her comment during that story that we played. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you joining us here on the First Alert Desk. So some of the things we're working on tonight, Joshua Skinner working on this mowing story, these new high-tech mowers that Gwinnett County groundskeepers are using to help with staffing shortages and to really help cover all of their 50 parks and keep them nice for us all to use. Important news for our long weekend if we want to get outside and enjoy that. First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin, he is going to have your full forecast. You can join us here on the First Alert Desk again at 8 tonight, but in the meantime, you can join us on TV. We will be on at 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock on CBS, as well as 9 and 10 on Peachtree TV. So we have you covered here all night long. Of course, the Juneteenth parade is a wrap. That happened at Centennial Olympic Park today from noon until 3. But the festival still continues. That continues through tomorrow. You have music, you have food vendors, all kinds of performances out there. A really great day, and it looks like the weather is going to be holding up for it. So that's even better news. And some good news here. 3 children that we had previously reported were missing in DeKalb County were found. They had left home last night around 9 p.m. This was a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. They've been located and they're okay. So that's some good news there. And we are continuing to stay on top of some of these other stories. A Gwinnett County teen that had previously been missing for about 3 weeks, a 14-year-old, we now learned, has been discovered. She is okay, and a 41-year-old man is now facing charges. We have a lot more on all of these stories on AtlantaNewsFirst.com or on our app. If you haven't downloaded it, it's free in the App Store. You can go ahead and do that now. And you can join us on TV tonight. Like I said, we have 6 and 11 on CBS and 9 and 10 on Peachtree TV. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great rest of your day. And go ahead and get out and enjoy that beautiful weather.